Hey, Bookworms, welcome back to Plot Thickens. I am so excited because today we are doing something a little different.
Oh,
Our first ever deep dive into a novel.
okay.
And you chose a good one,
I've heard a lot about this one.
The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yeah. It's a great choice,
Yeah.
full of glitz and glamour and secrets.
Definitely.
We've got your notes and some interesting online reviews here, so
Yes, we do.
let's see if this book lives up to the hype.
Okay, so first things first, the big question.
Yeah.
Is this book worth adding to your to-read list?
Mm-hmm.
Because the review you flagged had some mixed feelings.
Mhm.
They loved the writing, thought the love story was unique, but also said Iggy a bit too emotional and wasn't quite the light read they expected.
That's interesting because I think that's one of the reasons this book resonates with so many readers.
Oh, okay.
It delivers on the escapism of a Hollywood tale, but then surprises you with its depth. Beyond the surface glamour, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is about ambition, the choices we make, and the secrets we keep.
Yeah, it's definitely a page-turner from the start. I mean, right away we're thrown into this mystery.
Okay.
Why does Evelyn Hugo, this reclusive Hollywood legend, choose Monique Grant, a seemingly ordinary journalist, to write her biography?
That is a great question. It's a brilliant hook.
Yeah.
Taylor Jenkins Reid knows how to draw you in and make you question everything.
Hmm.
Even in that first scene when Monique arrives at Evelyn's luxurious Manhattan apartment,
Oh, yeah.
there's this underlying tension. Remember how even Evelyn's housekeeper, Grace,
Oh,
hints that there's more to the star than meets the eye?
oh yeah, Grace.
Yeah.
She's fiercely loyal to Evelyn.
Yes.
And her Christmas bonuses are trips to Paris and London.
Oh, wow.
Makes you wonder what kind of hold Evelyn has on the people around her.
Right. And the way she interacts with Monique, it's
Yeah.
all very calculated. That subtle power play when Evelyn takes Monique's coffee,
Oh, yeah.
it shows that she's always in control.
Evelyn is definitely a force of nature. The whole behind-the-scenes Hollywood drama, her multiple marriages, the ruthless ambition in a cutthroat industry.
Yeah,
She just commands your attention.
absolutely. But what makes this book so compelling is that it doesn't just glamorize that ambition.
Right.
It explores the price Evelyn pays, especially as a woman navigating Hollywood in that era.
Yeah.
Her second marriage to Don Adler is a perfect example.
Oh, Dawn Adler.
It's a classic Hollywood rise and fall story,
Okay.
but with a sharp commentary on gender roles and the pressures women face.
Don Adler, he seemed like a classic case of ego gone wild. Remember when they're driving to set and he throws a fit because Evelyn doesn't know how he likes his eggs?
Oh my gosh.
Talk about entitlement.
It's such a telling detail. And that sense of entitlement just grows as his fame increases.
Oh, for sure.
He becomes fixated on their public image, complaining that movie marquees should read Don and Evelyn Adler instead of just Evelyn Hugo.
Wow.
He's threatened by her success, intimidated by her power.
It's crazy how he was worried she wore the pants in the relationship just because her name came first.
know.
Talk about outdated thinking.
It's a stark reminder of the societal expectations at the time.
Yeah.
Even as Evelyn achieves incredible success, she's still battling these limiting gender roles.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you think about the sacrifices she had to make along the way,
Like leaving her first husband, Ernie, to pursue her acting career.
right?
That's a tough choice. Was it ruthlessness? Survival ambition?
Yeah,
The book constantly makes you reevaluate your perceptions of her.
exactly. And just when you think you have Evelyn figured out,
Oh,
we're introduced to Celia St. James. This
yeah.
relationship, starting as a rivalry and evolving into this intense, complex friendship,
Yeah,
it throws another wrench in the works.
their dynamic is electric.
Yes.
It's clear they push each other professionally, but there's also this deep connection, this sense of finding a safe haven in a world that can feel incredibly isolating.
Yeah.
Remember that scene you highlighted, the one where Celia toasts Evelyn as absolutely unstoppable?
Oh, yes, chills, right?
I know.
It's a glimpse of the vulnerability beneath the armor of these two powerful women.
But that vulnerability is soon threatened when those tabloid rumors about Celia and Evelyn surface. Suddenly the stakes feel incredibly high.
It's a major turning point.
Yeah.
The personal and professional collide, and Evelyn's carefully constructed facade is in jeopardy.
It's scary.
Even her marriage to Rex North, her fourth husband,
Oh,
becomes a strategic move to deflect attention from Celia.
it's mind-blowing how she uses these marriages to manipulate the narrative, to control how the public sees her. And then, bam, The pregnancy revelation throws everything into even more chaos.
Oh, wow. Talk about a twist.
I know.
And the way Celia reacts,
Yeah.
it reveals the fear and fragility beneath her glamorous exterior.
Right.
We see how much she has to lose if their secret comes out.
That scene where Celia breaks down over Evelyn planning to film a sex scene with Dawn for her latest movie.
Okay.
It's just raw emotion. You can feel the weight of their unspoken feelings.
Yeah.
The sacrifices they're both making.
And yet, even with all the conflicting desires, Evelyn makes choices to protect Celia, even if those choices are painful.
It's a lot.
It really makes you question, how far would you go for the person you love? It's fascinating how Evelyn walks this tightrope between her public image and her private life. Her fifth marriage to Rex North is a prime example of that.
No, Rex.
Yeah.
He seemed so charming, carefree, but you could tell he wasn't exactly the settling down type.
Right.
And then that whole fake affair with Harry Cameron, the studio head.
Oh, yeah.
Pure Hollywood manipulation.
It's brilliant, really. It highlights Evelyn's incredible ability to control the narrative. But even with this carefully crafted facade,
Yeah.
we start to see cracks appear. Remember the passage you marked where Rex confesses his love for Joy Nathan?
Yeah. And Evelyn's reaction is so unexpected.
Oh, right.
Instead of anger or jealousy, she sees it as an opportunity.
Exactly. She's always thinking several steps ahead.
That's impressive.
She orchestrates this whole affair with Harry to cover for Rex and Joy, turning it into a win-win for everyone involved.
Well, almost everyone. Harry did seem a little hesitant about the whole thing. He even warned Evelyn that people might see through their charade.
That's true, he did have reservations. But ultimately, Harry is fiercely loyal to Evelyn and understands the game she's playing.
Yeah.
Remember, he's the one who first warned her about the potential consequences of a relationship with Celia.
Speaking of Celia, that scene in Harry's guest room where they're all dealing with the fallout from that suggestive magazine article, the tension is palpable.
It's a pivotal moment. We see Celia's vulnerability, her fear of exposure, and Evelyn, despite her efforts to protect Celia, realizes the risks involved. It's a reminder that even the most carefully constructed facade can crumble.
And her solution? Evelyn offers to film that explicit scene with Dawn for her latest movie. She uses her sexuality as a weapon to distract from the rumors about Celia. It's a bold move, but also a desperate one.
It shows just how far she's willing to go to keep their relationship a secret. And it leads to that heart-wrenching scene where Celia breaks down, begging Evelyn not to do it. The rawness of their emotions, the conflicting desires. It's a testament to the complexities of their relationship.
And then in a seemingly abrupt shift, Evelyn marries Mick Riva, the famous crooner.
Yeah.
It felt like she was looking for an escape, a way to numb the pain of what she'd just gone through with Celia.
It has all the hallmarks of a classic rebound relationship. And what's interesting is how Evelyn describes their dynamic.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that passage you highlighted where she talks about manipulating Mick into falling for her?
It was shocking.
Hmm.
It reveals a darker side to Evelyn, a willingness to use people to get what she wants.
It's a glimpse into the ruthlessness that may have been necessary to survive in Hollywood, but it also makes you question her motivations.
And then just as quickly as it began, it's over.
Eh.
She moves on to Max Gerard, her sixth husband, who seems completely smitten with her.
He is, but Evelyn's description of their relationship is telling. She admits she never truly loved Max. She was drawn to his adoration, to the idea of being worshipped.
That part where she talks about feeling like a trophy wife, how Max loved the idea of her more than the actual person.
Right.
It's almost tragic.
It speaks to the loneliness of fame, the isolation that can come with being in the public eye.
For sure.
You're constantly performing, even in your personal life.
And then comes the bombshell. Max discovers those letters from Celia.
Oh, no.
The carefully constructed walls start closing in on Evelyn.
It's a moment of reckoning. Max, hurt and betrayed, threatens to expose her secret if she leaves him. But Evelyn refuses to be controlled.
She calls his bluff, knowing that staying in a loveless marriage would ultimately cost her more than losing everything.
It's a testament to her strength, her refusal to be silenced, and it leads to one of the most powerful scenes in the book, that confrontation with Max where she lays it all on the line.
That line where she tells him, I am 50 years old, and I don't have the energy to be controlling every single thing anyone says about me until I die of old age.
Wow.
It's just so powerful.
It's a declaration of independence. She's done pretending, done hiding who she is, and it paves the way for her final reunion with Celia, a reunion that's been decades in the making.
I was on the edge of my seat reading that whole section.
Me too. The anticipation, the uncertainty, Taylor Jenkins Reid is a master at building tension. And then that scene in the restaurant where Evelyn finally confesses her love for Celia.
The raw emotion, the vulnerability, and then Celia's response, revealing her illness, it was heartbreaking.
It is. But it's also a testament to the enduring power of their love. They finally have a chance to be together openly and honestly after years of hiding and sacrifice.
It makes you wonder, though, was it worth the wait? Could they have found happiness sooner if they'd been brave enough to defy societal expectations?
That's a question the book leaves you pondering. There are no easy answers. But one thing is clear, their love for each other is a force to be reckoned with.
And then comes the news of Celia's death. Such a devastating blow for both Evelyn and the reader.
It is. But it also brings us full circle back to the beginning of the story, to Monique's quest to uncover the truth behind Evelyn's 7 husbands. And in this moment of grief and reflection, Evelyn chooses to reveal her most closely guarded secret, the truth about Harry Cameron's death.
Wait, what? So the car accident that made headlines back in the 70s, that wasn't the whole story?
Not even close. It turns out Harry wasn't driving that night.
Okay, I am hooked. What happened?
Well, you'll have to read the book for all the juicy details, but let's just say it involves a hit and run, a panic decision, and a life-altering cover-up.
So Evelyn was involved.
She was the one who made the choice to protect Harry, to stage the accident scene and erase her own presence.
Wow, that explains so much about her guarded nature, her need for control.
It also sheds light on her relationship with Monique.
Right.
Remember how Evelyn initially seemed cold and distant, even manipulative?
Yes, it felt like she was keeping Monique at arm's length.
But as the story unfolds, you realize it's all part of Evelyn's carefully calculated plan.
So she's using Monique to tell her story, but on her own terms.
Exactly. And it's only when Monique discovers the truth about Harry's death that she understands the depth of Evelyn's sacrifice, the weight of her secrets. It completely reframes their dynamic.
It's incredible how Taylor Jenkins Reid weaves all these storylines together, how each revelation adds a new layer of complexity to the characters and their motivations.
And the way she uses Monique's journey of discovery to mirror Evelyn's own coming of age as an actress, as a woman, as a lover, it's brilliant.
This is definitely a book that makes you think about the power of storytelling, how we shape our narratives to present a certain image to the world.
And how those narratives, even the carefully constructed ones, can unravel in the face of truth and loss. So after hearing all of this, what do you think? Is Evelyn Hugo a villain, a victim, or something in between?
It's a tough question. Evelyn is such a complex character.
Yeah.
She's made mistakes, hurt people, but she's also capable of great love and sacrifice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Reid's writing. It defies easy answers.
Right.
Evelyn is flawed and fascinating, and she makes you question your own judgments.
It's like that moment with Monique where Evelyn says, just do me a favor and don't say anything like that. I know who I am.
Oh, yeah.
She's not asking for forgiveness,
Right.
but she's also not making excuses.
Yeah. It's a powerful moment of self-awareness.
It is.
Evelyn is acknowledging her choices, the good and the bad, and owning them.
And it leads us to one of the biggest bombshells in the book, the revelation about Monique's father.
Yeah.
It turns out he wasn't just some random guy Evelyn met at a barbecue.
Right.
He was one of her 7 husbands.
He was.
It completely reframes their connection
It does.
and explains why Evelyn chose Monique to write her biography.
Yeah.
It was never random. It was deeply personal.
Wow.
Suddenly, Evelyn's initial coldness towards Monique, her guarded nature, takes on a whole new meaning.
It shows how masterfully Reid plays with perspective.
Yeah.
As you learn more about Evelyn's past, her motivations, that carefully constructed facade starts to crumble.
Yeah.
And you're left grappling with the question,
Oh, yeah.
who is the real Evelyn Hugo?
It's a question that resonates throughout the book. Was it all worth it? The fame, the fortune, the sacrifices?
Mm-hmm.
Did Evelyn ultimately find happiness?
That's the brilliance of this book.
Mm.
It doesn't offer easy answers.
Right.
Instead, it leaves you pondering the complexities of ambition, love, and the choices we make in pursuit of our dreams.
The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is more than just a glamorous Hollywood tale. It's a story about ambition, love, loss, and the choices we make in pursuit of happiness. It's a reminder that everyone has a story to tell, and sometimes the most glamorous lives hold the most unexpected secrets.
This deep dive barely scratched the surface of all the twists and turns in this book,
I know.
but hopefully it gave you a taste of why it's resonated with so many readers.
If you're looking for a captivating read that will stay with you long after you finish the last page, The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo is definitely worth adding to your list. And that's a wrap on our first ever book deep dive.
That was fun. Plot Thickens will be back with another episode soon, but until then, happy reading.